Good morning, kindergartners. Today we're on page 145 of your student journal, page 145. And today's objective says, today I will create number bonds and write equations for the number pairs of sums 3 and 4. Okay, so let's look at this really closely. Today we're going to create number bonds. So friends, this is what a number bond is. A number bond is the whole, and then the whole has been decomposed or broke up into two parts. And I like to put an addition sign here because part plus part equals the whole. So I like to put an addition sign there. So today we're going to create number bonds. It says, and write equations. So equations are right here. An equation is the whole equals part plus part. So the whole is part plus part. So these number bonds are going to help us write our equations. And then it says for number pairs of sums 3 to 4. And remember, sums means we're doing addition. That's an addition word. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary. Our first word are number pairs. Pairs of numbers that total the same sum. So today you're going to see me do a couple examples where we might have we could have different number pairs. Okay? And then we have decompose. Decompose means to break numbers into smaller numbers. To break into smaller numbers. Okay. So let's look at my first problem. And here is my first problem. I'm going to zoom out so we can see everything at once. Okay, my first problem says 3 pieces of fruit are in a basket. Some could be apples and some could be oranges. How many could be apples? How many could be oranges? Okay, so let's think about this. It means we have 3 pieces in the basket. There's 3 total. That's what we call our whole number. There's 3 wholes, okay? But we don't know, what we don't know is how many are apples and how many are oranges. Okay, so I know my whole is 3. So in my whole, I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3. Those are my 3 pieces of fruit. Now, they don't know how many are apples and how many are oranges. So I just have to decide how many I think could be apples and how many I think could be oranges. So I could say that I'm going to decompose. That's what I need to do. I need to decompose this 3. So I get to decide how many I want to put in each box. So I'm going to put 2 here. I'm going to say I think 2 of them are apples. Well, if there's only 3 and I said 2 are apples, that means there has to be only 1 orange because there has to be 3 total here. So the whole 3 equals this part plus this part. So I'm going to put an addition sign there. Now when I make my equation, that means my whole was 3. There were 3 pieces of fruit in the basket, and I decided that I said one part was 2. So I said there was 2 apples, which meant there had to be only 1 orange. So that was my choice. Now I could have done this a different way. I could have decided, I'm going to show you a different one. So maybe I decided instead of, I still had 3 pieces of fruit, but maybe I said there was only 1 apple. Well then if there was only 1 apple, how many oranges had to be? 1, 2, because there's 2 left. So I could have said my whole was 3, and 1 part was 1 because there was only 1 apple, plus then there was 2 oranges. So this number pair would be 3, and this number pair would be 3. So there's a few different ways I could have chose to do it. Okay, let's look at another problem. Here's my next problem. And this time it says, 4 pieces of fruit are in the basket. So now they're saying 4 pieces of fruit. Some could be apples and some could be oranges. How many could be apples? How many could be oranges? Okay, so I'm going to draw my 4. I know there's 4 in the basket. And I have to decide how I want to decompose that 4. I have to decide how many I want to put in each one. So I think I'm going to say there are 2 apples. Well, if I put 2 here and said there's 2 apples, how many oranges have to be left? Well, how many did I not use? 1, 2. So that means there has to be 2 oranges. Okay, so that means I have my whole was 4, and one part was 2, plus the other part was 2. So my number pair is 2 plus 2. So my equation is 4 equals 2 plus 2, or the whole equals part plus part. Okay, friends, let's do some of these together. Today we are starting on page 146. Can you please turn your book to page 146? And here is our first problem. Okay, our first problem says, 3 grapes are on a plate. Some of the grapes could be green and some of the grapes could be purple. How many could be green? How many could be purple? Okay, so how many grapes do we have? We have 3 grapes total. So that's our whole. So in our whole, we're going to draw our 3 grapes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have to now decide how do we want to decompose our 3. Decompose means we're going to break the 3 up and put some here and some here. Well, I think, and we're going to do this together, why don't we make 2 of them green? So we have to cross off 2 and put 2 here. Well, if we said 2 are green, how many are left that have to be purple then? Don't we only have 1 left that could go there? So that's going to be our purple one. Okay, friends, let's put an addition sign there because we know that whole equals part plus part. Whole equals part plus part. So now let's write in our equation. What was our whole? Our whole was 1, 2, 3. We had 3 grapes equals, and I said we were going to have 1, 2 green grapes. And then that meant we only had 1 purple. So our equation is 3 equals 2 plus 1. This is an equation, okay? And it's whole equals part plus part. Okay, we could have done that a different way, and when you do your own problems, you can choose a different way. Okay, let's do our next one together. This one says there are 4 grapes on a plate. So let's underline 4 grapes. We have 4 grapes total this time, friends. Some of the grapes could be green and some of the grapes could be purple. How many could be green? How many could be purple? Okay, ready? So we know there's 4 total. So in our whole box, we have to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have to decide how we're going to decompose this. We're going to put some here and some here. Okay, I'm going to say for our problem together, let's put 1, 2, 3 here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So we're saying 3 of the grapes are green. If 3 of the grapes are green and we only had 4, how many have to go here? Didn't we only have 1 left? So let's put that 1 there. Okay, so what is our equation? Okay, well our whole is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and remember it's whole equals part plus part. So let's put our addition sign there. Okay, so our first part has 1, 2, 3, and our second part has 1. So our equation is 4 equals 3 plus 1, or whole equals part plus part. Okay, friends, have a good day practicing these, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.